Good morning. I wanted to share a little something with you. As you can see, um, I got this image on a 10-inch by 10-inch canvas a few years back. This was long before I became born again. And it's interesting because if I look back at my whole life, our lives are a testimony that when I see uh, bits and pieces coming together, that there are no coincidences. It's amazing that it makes me smile and thank the Lord Jesus Christ every single day. So I have this image in my bathroom, and I thought I would share it with you. As you can see in it, there's a narrow path and a fog laying over um, the area, as if it were hidden. That unless you stay on the path and you keep walking forward, you can't really see the path ahead of you until you get closer to it. Like the fog is dense when it's further away from you, but as you're walking, as you know, if any of you have hiked early in the morning, that as you're continuing on, you see clearer and clearer. Um, it reminds me of Matthew 7:13-4. Enter ye in at the strait gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Because strait is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. So, to help give you a visual, I think this is a perfect example of showing you that this path right here is one that very few are going to stay on, that they're going to take the wide journey that they believe is going to lead them to the kingdom of heaven, following false doctrine and leaning on their own understanding. Very few are going to stay on this narrow path here. Personally, uh, two of the most important things that I believe can help stay on this path is reminding yourself to be humble and keeping a sound mind through all the craziness. Um, Interestingly enough, this path right here, it looks quiet. Um, because when you're hiking early in the morning, there is nobody else around. It's just you and Jesus Christ. That you're not listening to the voices all around you that are telling you what you should do and what you need to do. It's just you and Jesus Christ in this moment, and He's the one that's helping you continue on and encourage you to be. Um, Basically, He's designed it where you're alone on this journey. And I knew, the funny thing is, I knew a few years back, also before I was saved, um, that uh, he had his hand in my life and he was working on me years ago. And something deep inside me knew that for the rest of my journey here, and this is before I even knew time was short, I just knew in my heart that the rest of my journey here was going to be solo. And when I mean solo, I mean like I wasn't going to be having any close friendships or relationships, that I knew that I had to take this road alone. And when I say alone, I mean the Lord knows that I'm not excluding him. But before I was saved, I just knew that I was going in a direction and I was going to be, by myself. Now, I'm not excluding my children. Of course, I knew my children were going to be with me. But as far as making any new relationships or anything, I knew that the likeliness of that was not going to happen, that my journey was going to be by myself. And I was okay with that. I found peace in that because I love my own company more than being among others. And I'll tell you, sometimes it can get lonely, but I'm not alone. I know that my Father is with me, and that is the most wonderful feeling you could ever have, that He will never leave me. So, how I stay humble, and this might sound silly to others, but how I stay humble is I picture having a whole humble pie um, every single day. And throughout that day, I take slices of that humble pie and figuratively eat them. And I find that if you imagine that and make it something that's real in front of your thoughts and in your mind all day long, it really puts a lot of things into perspective. And you don't make the day about you, you make the day about those around you. So that's something that helps me. So I thought I would share that. But it's important to stay on this narrow path. I'm going to read Matthew 7:13 and 14 once more while you're looking at this beautiful picture. Enter ye in at the strait gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Because strait is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. So hold tight, brothers and sisters, because so many people are falling away, and as a watchman, I'm watching this, but reminding myself to continue on with Jesus Christ, even though it feels very isolated and very lonely at times. But on the other side, our family, our real family, is awaiting us. So I hope that you have many blessings, and I hope that this helps at least one person. Have a good day.